Hey friends, welcome back to my studio. I'm going to paint a geranium. I'll link the reference photo in this video's description. I had a hard time finding good reference photos. You can Google, just be aware that most of what you Google is copyrighted. So just be careful don't copy it too closely. I painted another one that has a traceable. I'll link that in this video's description. I love the dramatic lighting on this one. The yellow gold background made this one a little more challenging, but you may like it just as well. And as I mentioned, it has a traceable. Okay, I'm gonna try and paint this one a little different. And I'm gonna paint a muted light. I wanna aim for light because I tend to go with dark dramatic colors. Nothing wrong with either, I just wanna change it up. So I'm gonna paint a light blue-gray background on this 12-inch by 12-inch cradled wood panel. It's 1.5 inches thick from US Art Supply. I put clear gesso on it, a couple days ago. I thought I was gonna start it sooner. So for my blue, which is what I usually change up if you guys have been following me, I'm gonna use Prussian blue hue, some titanium white, and some Mars black for the background. Okay guys, let's have some fun. Okay, a couple things I'm thinking. So I muted the Prussian blue with some black and made a really big pile of light blue gray and a darker pile, and I ended up having to mix it more a couple times because I didn't have enough. I used a large 2-inch cheap chipboard brush from Blick Art Materials and just went up and down. And that was a nice background, I liked it. But I haven't done the palette knife and it's a lot of fun. And so you could use any palette knife. This is a Freestyle from Liquitex. When I mix on these little plates, a lot of times I use, it says a number 20. I got this at Blick Art Materials. Because it's smaller, I can control the puddles a little better. I've used, this doesn't work anymore, its age is old, but I've used a credit card to scrape, stick it in there. Oh, you can stick it in there and get some good lines. That could be fun. I think we'll save that though for the end. We'll see if we want that. And then, so I dried that with a hair dryer. Got it nice and dry because I'm scraping on this wood. I'm doing that, and it dries, oh, the squeak. It dries quick because I want to paint it kind of thin. Thin maybe not be the right word. I want to keep it smooth until towards the end I might put some thicker blobs on it. We could get some of that modeling paste, Winsor Newton, I've used in other videos, impasto painting videos, and put some thicker things on there too. The other thing, so then I was thinking basically lighter in general and then darker at the bottom when I painted that. And then I mixed, if you mixed this, like here, let's just do this. If I mixed a gray with the Mars black, I think you can see that these are bluer. Oop, that's too much black. The black's really strong, which I know, but I forget. But I think you can see. Of course, it's gonna storm here, so my lighting keeps changing. There, I think you can see that these are bluer than titanium white and Mars black. I'm gonna wipe off my palette knife. And then I just grabbed it and smeared it on. And then if it was like too big of a piece and I didn't like it, I grabbed some of my background color and smeared that on. I'm gonna have, I wanted to paint a lot more clay pot because I like them, but I think I'm just gonna paint like a hint of a clay pot kind of down here. And then I'm gonna have geranium greens here And then I'm going to have geraniums going like that. I think that's my game. That is my game plan. So I'm going to hopefully go for a walk before it rains and let this dry more, and I'll be back. Hey guys. Hey Emily, I just faked you out because I usually don't come back. So I was looking at the video real quick, and I think, when I look at my phone, it looks fine. But I think my overhead lights are blowing out the lighter colors. So here, maybe we'll do this. Oh shoot, it's sticking. It's not that dry. It's dry to the touch, but things are sticking. So maybe we'll do a little tour. That I think is probably going to be more accurate. I like that my studio has a big window, but sometimes it does kind of mess with what you guys see. Well, and any device that you watch it on is going to change the color a bit. Now here, let's turn these off and see. Okay, I just thought that might help you see a little bit more what I see. Okay, for real, I'll be back in a bit. I wanted to pop in and let you know that after this point, we're going to paint a couple of the geraniums live. I mixed quite a bit of orange that I didn't need, but I can grab that orange and add more magenta for the red. I'm going to do red geraniums. What else? This isn't quite even, but it's okay. I'm going to put leaves over it. I'm a little worried that it's so close to the bottom, but we're committed now. I have my overhead lights off thinking, oh here, before that, I was drawing the flowers on with a General's charcoal pencil just to have a design and a game plan. But it wasn't quite showing up, so I just grabbed a chalk pastel. I think this one's from Blick Art Materials, and that was stronger and softer and worked better. There are some colors, I don't remember what they used to call them, like non-reproduction blue, something like that. And I think this is close to that, and my phone camera's having a hard time with it. So I've got the shades closed and my overhead lights off. We'll see. Hopefully that hasn't been too annoying, but you get a look at it one way or the other. I've tried a couple different lighting situations. So I did paint the vase onto the bottom. And then here's a close-up of what it looks like. I came back, I painted it with a brush, and then the outside I came back with a palette knife, and it gives it just a little more fun texture. It is hard to control, so that can be kind of scary. And then I don't know if I'm going to cover this up, but I gave it a little bit, oh, it's probably still a little wet, a little bit of a lip here. I might end up covering that up. And maybe you can see kind of a look at where I'm thinking the flowers will go. The flowers and the buds will go. Okay, guys. I'll see you over at the live. I'll link it in this video's description. Otherwise, you can just keep watching. I'll download the live and time-lapse it. And I'll be back in a bit. Hey, that last time-lapse bit was the live. I'll link it in this video's description. We painted stems. We painted everything but the vase in the background in real time. I know some of you like that. I painted a few leaves. I think I called these stabbing leaves. It's a few days later, so I forget what I said. I'm gonna keep working on this. This is just personal preference, but I want to see if I can get stronger color on the geraniums. But really, I mean, I was going for a muted background, and a muted painting is something I don't do as much, so I could just not fuss about it. I think that gets us up to speed. I'm going to work on this some more, and then I'll be back in a bit. A couple thoughts. I don't know if it's been that long in the time lapse. First, before I forget, if you didn't watch the live, I used this. Oh, my cat just bumped everything. I was gonna say my Freckles, that's her name. I used this 3/8 inch angle brush from Royal in Langnickel, and it's how I painted the squarish looking petals on the flowers. I'm using this 3/4 inch flat brush from US Art Supply. It came in a pack, it was really cheap. I like it. If you like thin brushes, I like thin brushes usually, not always. So thin meaning it's not very thick on the end there, not a lot of bristles. For the leaves, I mixed, here I'm gonna grab my palette. I was just exercising. Take a break from my painting. So I like the Prussian blue with the yellow. It makes a pretty green. I pulled it out and put a little blue and black in it for a darker green. I also used some straight up Prussian blue behind the leaves, which I like. I might let some of them be lighter blue because it's gonna be more black down here. And it just was looking like other artists call it an ugly stage. Just wasn't liking it, but it's starting to come together. I'm starting to like it. And then the one thing I really like is like kind of doing this C shape, an arch shape. And then I came back with the dark, kind of has vibes of geranium leaf. And then the light. The light's nice. Like I have some light there. The light here is nice. You know, this is sort of like they kind of have a heart shape too. So I just wanted to pop in and talk about that a little bit and give you a tour because maybe up close would be better. Okay, so I'm not done with anything yet. Well, maybe the vase or the clay pot. I wasn't liking it, but I knew I was going to pretty much cover it, and it wasn't the star of the show. The flowers are, so I didn't need to fuss as much as I did over it. But that's okay. It's part of painting. Part of trying to decide, hey Freckles, what to do. Here, maybe even a little closer on those leaves. One thing that can be hard for me, and I kind of work up to it, is having confident strokes. So like I painted that shape in, and I'm like, that's pretty good. And then I messed with the values. And then as I kind of get into the leaves, I painted over some little leaves that were here because I get more confident and I kind of see what's starting to work for me, if that makes sense. But I don't start out confident. I still think I want to. The peach is pretty because the orange is a complement with blue, but I still think I want more vibrant flowers. Forgot where we were in the tour. I added white again. I did that during the live. I'm just trying to push my values so I have a larger range from white to dark. Light to dark. That's kind of fun. I like the little, so what I like best about geraniums are the fun little buds. Even this guy, it's like an umbrella. Hopefully I'm not going too crazy here. Oh, we talked about in the live, you don't have to attach every petal. I think I just have a dot out here. Plus I like dots. And then I am thinking my light, Mr. Sun, top left, so lighter here. Could be some light catching there. Gonna keep these darker down here. Okay guys, hopefully some of those comments help. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, I'm calling it done. Let's see where to start. I glazed some straight up Prussian blue out of the tube and some water over these leaves, not the entire leaf, but quite a bit, like maybe half of that one, just to cool it down a little more. I glazed some yellow and then just a little bit more yellow over here, because I'm saying my light's coming from over here. I'm kind of doing it with the geraniums, lighter at the top, a little darker at the bottom. This one you can see better, darker at the bottom. This one I just didn't talk about so much because it's going off the canvas, or off the wood panel. I ended up getting out some structure gel. I'm sure there's quite a few different brands. This one's from Winsor Newton. It says a Galleria Acrylic Medium Structure Gel. Oh, here. Well, it's kind of milky white looking. I put some on my palette. I just put a blob there. I mixed it with some of my red. I mixed a red brown and I mixed it with some orange, and it makes it thicker. And I took a small palette knife and put on some thick petals, which I really like. I think that's fun. I think that's a lot of fun. I had a softer painting going, but I would like the flowers coming forward, or maybe better, the background softer and looking more in the background. That's a personal preference thing. I don't have the dramatic lighting like I have in this one. It's my only other geranium painting. I love the dramatic lighting in this one, but I'm liking the leaves better. And what I should do is paint several geranium paintings to really get it down, because I really like this leaf. You know, kind of repeat the things I like, but I don't do that because it doesn't do so well on YouTube, that's cool. I'm just saying, you know, for you guys, it's good to repeat a theme and get it down. Don't do what I do. Oh, and just in case you're joining me late in this video, there's a traceable for this one on my website, annietroe.com. There's a link in this video's description. The flowers are pretty much the same other than the structure gel. Here, let's see if I do this, if you can see it. I never can tell because I'm just off to the side of my phone. So I'm just gonna kind of turn it and hopefully you can see. I just put it on a few of them. It's like orange, orange, brown, brown, red, red, orange. Open a little red dot. I don't know if that helps at all. I like hanging out with you guys. It's so fun. So maybe if I turn it this way. Maybe the light will be better. I don't know. I don't think it's focusing. But again, that just could be my glasses that I'm wearing. Okay. So palette knife and brush for this painting. That's fun too. You don't have to use a palette knife. I'm trying to square it up and it won't square. I'm just taking a little tour. A little crooked tour. Okay, let me know if you give this one a try. This is really fun. I have a show coming up here as I'm videoing this. It's in about 6 weeks. Yeah, about 6 weeks. So it'll be fun to see what people who come to the show think of the paintings. I always enjoy that. Super, super appreciate your support. Great big happy art hugs, and I hope to chat with you soon. Bye guys.